Dating is so weird, especially if you have autism, because it's like you have to figure out the perfect balance of what is and is not too much compliments. I hate the men that try to date me and then specifically go, I'm gonna not compliment her and also like leave little comments whenever I can. That doesn't get you anywhere. It just makes me buy more shit on the date. And then obviously I'm not the one paying for it, so. And then aside from that, then there's the other side with someone who's like, oh, you're just amazing. You're a goddess. You're fantastic. You're amazing. You're stunning, striking. Oh my God, you were crafted by the gods herself. You deserve all the jewelry and mink coats and this, and that in the world. It's like, okay, you're promising that now. Because your words, like, am I supposed to be like, oh my God, he said I deserve this? And then he's not going to get it for me? Like, the type of dude, like, with this exact same fella I'm thinking about, he was the type to be like, ooh, I would never let you go without anything you need, ever, ever, ever. I would help you in any capacity, even just to be nice. And then I was like, oh, well, hey, I was thinking about, like, getting something for lunch. Would you mind cash shopping me? And then next thing you know, his energy just changed, and he was like, how much? And he, like, it's like, so suddenly all of that yap didn't mean shit. Suddenly that you're a goddess who deserves the sun, the stars, the moon, all that changes. When I want a little like $15 for a little sandwich or something. Hmm. Bogus. For me, if someone's love bombing, I just tell myself, okay, he's saying all these promises. I want to take you to the French Laundry. I want to take you to the opera. You deserve, we should be out here strutting the streets. If you were to meet me here, I would like ball out on you. Like, we're going to this place, that place, and another place, and I'm buying any sparkly item in the store for you. Okay. Well, you better be giving that energy consistently in advance and also, like, yeah, don't promise that shit to not do it. Cause then it's not like then you're gonna be wondering why isn't she fucking me yet? Because why would I fuck a guy just for simply? I could say anything to anybody. Doesn't mean I deserve ass or pussy. Like, I could walk up to any bad bitch and be like, I'm gonna take you to France and Paris. I could take you to France and Paris. I could like, treat you to that bag you really want and like help you pay your rent. And then it's like a secret side note that's like, psst, I could, but I won't. And then if she eventually fucks me, then I can just like leave and be like, all I gotta do is just tell people I could do things that I absolutely will not do. That doesn't work with me. I'm just gonna be like, okay, until we've done every single thing this man has promised me in his like love bombing, I have no reason to like be intimate with him because yeah, if you really do like me that much and you think I'm deserving of it and that I deserve all in the world, do it. And then for the opposite end, I just never understand people who neg because it's like, how do I put this? And it's obvious. It is obvious. It'll be like, okay, it'll be like, I like your outfit. It's unusual. I've never seen anything like it. What's your inspiration? But it surprisingly works well. It's like, nigga, I know what you're doing. Congratulations, you're buying me 2 drinks tonight. Or just like purposely like several dates in, still trying to go out of their way to avoid giving like a basic compliment of you look nice, you're pretty. Like that doesn't work, nigga. It doesn't work. Cause sure I'll keep seeing you. I'm just not gonna like, how do I put this? It's just like I recognize what you're doing, and you're not getting any special treatment from me, like at all. Because it's like, why are you trying to go into dating and specifically be like, I'm gonna give her the opposite of like the like, how do I put this? Go into dating like, he was a person I like, and I'm gonna show them that I like them. Don't act like you secretly have like 659 photos in your fucking phone gallery of me that you whack off to and have been whacking off to for 3 years. Or at the very least, even someone who has done that, at least they can say they've done that. If you're just acting like that and you haven't done that, that's some weak shit. Like, don't give like I'm obsessed with you and I love you energy, but then you're not obsessed with me and you don't love me. Like, nigga, that's cultural appropriation. Like, you're culturally appropriating that nigga from that TV show You. That is not fair. Leave room for the actual yearners and shit. Like, so like my lovely people online who scare the shit out of me sometimes when they just decide to watch videos from 2019. It's okay. I still appreciate you. You're still wonderful. You're adored. And then yeah, negging is the dumbest shit ever. It's like, I have a really hot girl with me who I think that I don't deserve. I'm going to try to pretend that I'm confident by specifically not trying to not be as nice as I can to her. I'm not gonna open doors. I'm not gonna say she looks nice, though she dolled herself up. This'll make her want me even more. No, if anything, it makes me go, I'm gonna put in less effort. Because if you're gonna act like I ain't shit, then I'm not gonna act like it's some special occasion to see you. It's like, okay, you know what? I don't need the makeup today. I don't have to wear that wig. I could go a little easy. Oh, I'm just gonna choose a little casual outfit, something that suits me. Because frankly, if it's not suiting him, whatever. Or actually, you know what? Why don't I stay home? He kind of sucks. I remember I was with this dude. We were on the third date. He was like, "Oh, have do you think you want to have sex?" I said, "Oh, well, I have thought about it with you, but I don't know. I don't think we're at that point yet." And he like was kind of pissy about it, but like slightly, or like not exactly pissy, but kind of like the equivalent of like, when you see a pot about to boil over, but it's got the lid on it, so you see the bubbles forming, but it hasn't exploded yet. It was kind of like that, like a slow simmer. But I told him, it's like, okay, how about you compliment me, and then that way, like, 'cause I feel like I would like to see more affection from you. Because how do I put this? Like earlier in the day, we went out for sushi, and then he was the type where it's like, I lean for like a small peck on the lips, and then he just is like, ugh, as if he's terrified. It's like, nigga, I'm gonna kill you. Never do that to a bad bitch. And then on top of that, he was giving stank ass energy. Like some moment, like he was doing like random hot and cold shit, which I don't fuck with. It just made me think like, okay, this dude has issues. And it wasn't even like a he hates PDA thing. It was just a he's got issues. It's like, I noticed what you're doing, and it's just like, it's making me go, I think this is my last time seeing him. Or at the very least, I think I'm gonna just like cancel the next 2 times he tries to meet with me, because this is giving why are you trying to make it seem like you hate me, but you actually want me? Stupid. Anyway, guess what? We were at his place at the end of the third date or whatever, just chilling after we got some food and stuff. We did a lot on the third date. It was fun. And I just simply was like, oh, but you know what? Maybe if you compliment me, or just like, I don't know, what makes you attracted to me. He's tried more negging. When it's like the objective is, hey, all you have to do is compliment this chick, and she just might fuck you because she has some sort of attraction to you. Even though he also was love bombing, I was like, hey, he promised French laundry in the opera, but you know what? I am kind of horny. So maybe, just maybe, if he's affectionate enough and seduces me right, I could. This nigga did every fucking thing the opposite direction. I imagine you ask a nigga for a compliment, and then he decides, I'm gonna try to insult the fuck out of this bitch. And then it's like, oh my god. He kept trying to be, oh my god. I remember at some point, he was like, what, are you just insecure or something? Like, why do you need me to do that? And I said, oh, well, simply put, why would I date someone who doesn't want to say why they like me? If they can't say why they like me, they must not like me. And he said, okay, but like what? Do you have low self-esteem or what? I said, no. Like, if anything, no offense, my self-worth is higher than the fucking worth of my weight in gold. Like, I love myself so much. If it were, like, legal and not strange and socially acceptable to carry a full-size mirror everywhere I'd go, I would do that. I stop to stare at myself in windows and do a little dance in front of them, and will stare at myself as long as possible, because I like myself. Like, I'm my favorite person to be around. I'm my favorite person to talk to and do things with, because I'm me, and I'm awesome at any state, capacity, and joy. And like, he kind of was staring at me like, this bitch is insane. But it's like, what can I say? I like myself. Because I'm the fucking shit, nigga. And either way, he tried to. And I even jokingly said, so come on now, it should be really easy to compliment me, because I'm like, at least an 11 out of 10. And I said that so playfully that it was obvious, but he kind of scoffed. And then he was like, are you sure that's not just like arrogance, like ego? And I said, well, even if it is, why would I want to date someone who can't compliment me? And then he kept trying to throw little jabs at me. I kept like ricocheting that shit back in his direction, and he couldn't avoid it. So then he just tried to, you have eyes. Your eyes look nice. And he said like one other bullshit thing. It's just like, and then that didn't get him anywhere, because of fucking course it wouldn't. But what really sealed the deal is that afterwards he just did a million weird things. Like, he was like, every time she looks away, like every single time I looked back at him, one single shirt button was unbuttoned. And it just kept happening over and over until it was just like, I eventually looked back. I thought his shirt was just like, he was kind of a skinny dude, and the shirt was like decent but not that well quality. So I thought maybe the shirt buttons are just loose. Until eventually he just was like werewolfing that shit out. Huge pink puffy nipples, hairy fucking shag carpet sternum chest out. Just fucking, and he was bony as shit. Like hella bony. Knock knock, who's there? And he was trying to like do this like chest puff shit. Except you can tell he wasn't actually breathing. He was just like lifting his back off the fucking bed to try to look like he was trying. Seeing a nigga who's a skeleton try to puff up his chest like Superman, but you can just clearly see that he's just making a gap under his body on some scoliosis shit. Like some weird 2000s dance move. It's like, nigga. He also tried to suck my finger like a dick. That's worked with some people before, but in his case, no. He wasn't very good at it. And yeah, he fumbled that shit so hard because little did he know I was like actively like for like 2 weeks telling everyone I knew, holy shit, he's so fucking fine. He's so sexy. I want to rip this nigga's jeans off with my teeth and go animal style on his ass. But no, instead of him going in and out, that nigga just got the fuck out of my life. He almost got fought. Also, that's why you can't neg people. Because some of us are fighters. He, like I said before, he thought I had the type of daddy issues where it's like, I'm going to make her feel so small and worthless, and she's going to fuck me because she thinks it'll make her, like, I'm going to make her earn my attention and my affections. She's going to work even harder to impress me and make me feel good. So she's gonna fuck me even if I insult her because she wants my attention because I'm the prize. Look at me. I'm a man with money and a good job in the stock market. Blah. It's like, no, nigga. That backfired so fucking hard. I have the type of daddy issues where one, I don't need a man. Two, I like to use the ones who I feel like are available. Like, you have to do things to impress me. You have to actually treat me amazingly well because I grew up around people who were not the greatest fathers or simply were not around as much as they should have been. I saw how the woman suffered. I said, I'm absolutely not going to be that. You're going to treat me like a fucking queen. Like, and actually, like, fucking mean it, or you're getting the fuck out. And three, I also have the type of daddy issues where I fight men because no one told me not to fight men, so I fight men. I scared the shit out of that nigga because he literally just saw me sitting on the other side of his couch talking to myself like, am I saying enough for this conversation? I'm not saying enough for this conversation. Should I have this conversation? I am not saying enough for this conversation. He was like, we don't have to have this conversation. Do you want to go home? I said, no. He was like, you want me to call you a ride home? I said, no. So yeah, I forced that man to let me sleep on his couch. The next morning, he tried to pretend nothing happened whatsoever afterwards. It was very funny. But that was so surreal. It's like, he fumbled astronomically hard. I don't know how to explain it. Like, the best I can imagine for that level of fumble is like, imagine you're at the Super Bowl. Imagine you're at the Super Bowl. And, like, you accidentally drop the ball, and then, like, someone on the opposite team picks it up and starts taking it away. But it's their slowest teammate. But you, fearing that you can't get that ball, you pull a Glock out of your pants, you pop that nigga, you pop any of their teammate on that team that you can, you shoot some of your own teammates, you shoot yourself in the foot like 12 times, and you just also accidentally trigger finger execute like a bunch of your fans in the crowd, and then now it's just a mass shooting. That's how bad he fumbled. He fumbled so hard, it just became like a fucking absolute murder of anyone who was rooting for him. Like, Jesus. Wow. Like, yeah, Jesus. And also, yeah, I don't like men who neg or try to date me while also giving uninterested energy. Because I remember this other dude, I was like, ooh. Like, I was dating him because I thought that we would have shit in common. But he still tried negging tactics and bullshit too. And then guess what? Instead of, like, how do I put this? Because of that, it made me go, this guy sucks. I don't want to go out for a dinner and a conversation with him because he's fucking terrible. Instead, he's going to buy me a shit ton of succulents because I accidentally forgot my card at home. Even though, of course, it's like you're twice my age. You're going to pay for that shit regardless. You fucking you stupid. He paid for it. Yay. Most of the plants died. Sorry, some of them are still alive. Like, instead, it's like, you know what? This guy sucks conversationally. Let's do things that don't involve a conversation. Like, let's just make him take me to an extremely expensive spa. Not even for, like, a couples session. Like, no, we're getting separate rooms. You're paying for a separate session for both of us. Ironically, it did work because it did make us have a much nicer, closer bond. And then we went out to French food. And then, you know, we luckily don't have to talk too much. And that, I can just get drunk. And then we stuff our mouths and we barely have to speak. But yeah. Just be normal. Go into dating and be like, here's a, like, I don't know, I get it. Some people do tactics. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I also hate the waiting game whenever that happens. Like, for me, how do I put this? I don't like the idea of like, oh, I have to like not text very much. I have to not tell him too much about myself to play hard to get and be interesting. No, nigga, like Jesus. I texted this dude who seemed smitten as fuck with me at the end of the date. I just simply asked a question like, oh, also, because he mentioned his anxiety got really, really bad. I was like, oh, also, what like triggers your anxiety, by the way? And I had a wonderful time with you last night too. I hope we can meet again soon. And now it's like, what time is it? It's like 5 p.m. And I was like, Jesus, did I somehow scare him off by showing interest and like revealing too like much like about myself and my interest in him? If so, maybe he just isn't the one for me because I don't like that energy. But another theory is that I've had dudes do this before. They play the waiting game and then they'll be like, I'm gonna make her text me first to show how interested she is in me. I'm not gonna chase her. She has to chase me. And that's stupid. I remember a nigga revealed he did that to me. I remember I thought to myself, I had a great guy with this guy, Donna. She was so funny and nice. He was a little creepy with, and he put his like hand on my leg in the car, but like, I'll forgive it. I still had a wonderful rest of the time. And like, and then afterwards, like it took maybe a week or so, I was like, I could just hit him up myself. Because I had been busy and stuff, and it's like, okay, I hit him up. So, excuse me, something's on fire. If you ever have something on fire, just put a fucking glass or metal container on top of it. There we go. Oh, wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. There we go. Hooga shaka, hooga, hooga, ha. Cooking a candle, da, 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 happens with all of my candles, da, 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 da. So about Donish, what happened with Donish is that, guess what? That nigga, like, I hit him up, we had a pretty good phone call, and then eventually he was like, oh, like, hell, he just fucking casually admitted, like, I thought we were never gonna talk again. I said, oh, why is that? Did you not like last time or something? He was like, no, no. But, after you ejected me like you did in the car, like, I just assumed you weren't interested, so I was like, I'm gonna make her wait and, like, prove to me that she's worth it and that she's still, oh God, it's on fire again. And prove to me that there's still a chance I could take with her and that she'd be worth it. Stupidest fucking shit ever. It just made me hang up the phone and then text him, hey, I thought you were cute, interesting, funny, and masculine, but being salty at me because I lightly rejected you putting your hand on my upper thigh when I had just met you, like, maybe, like, 2 hours before, and I mean, like, just met, like, fully stranger, like, just a stranger I saw at a comedy show who just so happened to grab dinner with me. And then it's like, yeah, instead of just being like, hi, did I scare you off or make you uncomfortable, or even recognizing that what he did was uncomfortable, no, he was like, I'm gonna try specifically to make her chase me. That's stupid. Because it just made me go, boundary issues, potential consent issues, creepy, lack of accountability, coward, low self-esteem. It just made me count up a list in my head and go, I'm good, love, enjoy. And I just like, yeah, and we never talked again. More of the story. Please, why are people fucking crazy out here? Can they be sane? Can I not have to deal with this bullshit? I don't know. Anyway, peace out.